Hello everyone, welcome back to TinkerCAD. For this week, we're going to work on making a space scene for our moon rover. Okay, so it should look something like this. So what we're going to have is a terrain that matches that of the moon. We're going to have planet Earth over here, which is a bit tricky, but it's pretty fun making. And we're going to have some standard asteroid shapes here that can already be found on the TinkerCAD Shapes menu. Okay, so let's get started. Once you have signed in to TinkerCAD, click on the Tinker This button of your Moon Rover project. Ensure that you have waited such that the whole project loads. It will take some time as the parts are many and big. Okay, now once done, we're going to draw a red border over the entire shape. So just drag over all shapes. We're going to group our entire Moon Rover together so that when you move it around, you don't break up all the different parts. Okay, and just double check whether you have thick multicolor. Okay, this preserves all the different colors in the shape. Okay, now once done, we're going to raise up our moon rover by about 4 millimeters. Okay, this is because our moon terrain will have a bit of height to it, so we don't want the moon rover to be sinking into the terrain. We want it to be resting on top. So we're going to make it 4 mm. Okay, now let's move on to the terrain. Okay, we're going to switch shapes. So on your shapes panel, we're going to go to shape generators all. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. We're going to jump to page 17, which is the last page. And the very last shape you will see is called the terrain shape. Okay, we're going to use this to mimic our moon terrain. Okay, so let me just zoom out so you can have the bird's eye view of the whole scene. Okay, bring out your terrain. I'm going to position it at a corner of my work plane as such. Okay, I'm going to change some dimensions and the height. Okay, let me just zoom in so you can see a bit better. I'm going to change the height to about 5. Okay, and I'm going to stretch it a lot bigger and wider. So clicking a corner dot, I'm going to make it 200 by 200 at the sides. Okay, just to make sure that it covers the entire work plane. Once done, you will notice that the terrain looks a bit flat. So what you can do is play around with the inspector values. Okay, I'm just going to give you some random values so that you will see a nice moon texture. Okay, 500 smoothness. Let's do about 50. Oh no, not too smooth. Let's do about 10. Okay, and number of divisions, let's do about 50. Okay, now you can play around with the numbers wherever you like, whatever you like. Okay, and then you notice that as you play around, the texture of the moon terrain will change. Okay, so this is entirely up to you what you want to set. When you're happy with it, change the color to match that of a moon. We're going to use a gray color. It's up to you which shade you want to use. Okay, now let's move on to planet Earth. This is a bit more interesting. I'm going to shift my work here so that I have some space in front of my work plane to do planet Earth. Okay, for planet Earth, we're going to use a basic shape again. Near the top, we're going to bring out a spear shape. Okay, put it towards a corner of the work plane outside it. Alright, we're going to change the dimension so that it's bigger and easier for us to work with. So for the sides, I'm going to do about 50 by 50. Okay, for the height, I'm going to make about 50 as well so that it's a complete spear. Okay, nicely shaped all around. Now, what's missing from our planet Earth are the country shapes, and thankfully TinkerCAD has that. So let's move to a different shape category called shape generators. Go to all, and on the very first page, you will already see some preset country shapes. Okay, we're going to use 4 of them. Let's start with the US shape, so bring it out. I'm just going to put it beside planet Earth here. Okay, the size is pretty good, so I'm not going to change the size, but I'm going to change the height. So we're going to make it about 10. All right, and I'm going to make this shape stand up. So I'm going to use the side rotation arrow here. Stand it up to about 90 degrees this way. And then I notice that it's sinking into the ground. I'm going to raise it up using the black cone. Raise it up by about 10. Okay, so that when I put it into planet Earth, it will be somewhere in the middle. Okay, now once you're happy with this, go ahead and change the color. I'm going to use a green to match that of land colors on Earth. Okay, it's entirely up to you what you want to choose. Once done, we're going to move on to the China shape. So bring it out. I'm going to put it beside the US shape. You notice that it's a bit small. So what we can do is resize it. Okay, but first let's change the height. Click the center middle dot. I'm going to change it to about 10 to match that of US. Okay, click a corner dot. For the side that's facing me, I'm going to change it to be about 35. Okay, and the other side 25. So it should be around the same size as that of US. Okay, of course, it's not the realistic size, but don't worry about it. This is just for fun. Okay, now we're going to stand this China shape up. So using the side rotation arrow, we're going to rotate it 90 degrees so it faces the same way as the US shape. And we're going to raise it up by about 10. So same as the US shape. Okay, once done, change the color to green to match that of a land color. And then move on to the next country shape. We're going to move on to Europe now. So put this shape just in front of US. Okay, same thing, change the height to 10. We're not going to change the size because it looks pretty good here. All right, but we're going to stand this shape up. So use the side rotation arrow again. Turn it 90 degrees such that it's facing the same way as US and China. But this time around, we're going to turn it yet again to face sideways. So we're going to use the side rotation arrow now. Rotate 90 degrees to face a side. Okay, something like this. And then we're going to raise it up. Raise up by about 15. Okay, and then we're going to change the color to a land color. Okay, now the last shape we're going to use is the Australia shape. So bring this out. This is pretty big. Don't worry, we can resize it. Okay, so bring it to near your other country shapes. First things first, let's change the height. We're going to use 10. Okay, for the dimensions, click a corner dot. We're going to use 20 by 15, so a lot smaller. Okay, 20 by 15 this way. And we're going to do the same thing as the Europe shape for our Australia shape. Let me just move it closer first. We're going to stand it up. So using the side rotation arrow, stand it up 90 degrees and then rotate sideways using the side rotation arrow. Okay, now let's raise this up a bit. We're going to raise up to 20 because this shape is a lot smaller than the other country shapes. Once done, change the color to a land color green. Okay, the shade is entirely up to you. Okay, now everyone, this is the fun part. We're going to put all these shapes onto planet Earth such that they are half in and half out of it. Now, one way to do this very easily is to use the view cube top view. So let's do that. Click the top view. Okay, you will need to shift your work plane. So how to shift your work plane? Press and hold the shift key, and at the same time, press onto your right clicker of your mouse and then just pull your work plane. Okay, so that you can see things nicely like this. Okay, now this is a perfect top view. I'm going to just very easily move all my country shapes, to planet Earth. Okay, make sure that it's half in and half out of planet Earth. Something like that. Okay, and when you do this, make sure that all your country shapes are about the same distance in and out of planet Earth. Okay. Oops. Be careful when you do this. Make sure you click in the middle of your shapes. Alright, something like this. Okay, of course, if you're a perfectionist, you can also rotate your work plane to double check whether they're all tucked in around the same distance. Okay? Okay, let's say we're happy with this. What we're going to do here is to group all these shapes together. So click and drag a red border over all of them. Click on the group button. Okay, and don't forget to click the color and tick multi-color. So you preserve all the different colors in planet Earth. Okay, now once done, we're going to change our view back to the previous view. So my view was about a view like this, slanted view. Okay, now you notice that planet Earth, country shapes are popping out of it quite unpleasantly. Okay, so we're going to cut it a bit and shape it to follow the shape of the sphere. And how we do this is a special technique. I'm going to explain as I put the shapes up. Okay, so we're going to switch back to basic shapes first. I'm going to bring out a box shape, put it outside my work plane. Going to change the sizing as such. For the sides, 65 by 65. for the top dot to 65 as well. So this is a cube. Okay, and I'm going to pull out a sphere. This sphere is going to be slightly bigger than planet Earth. Okay, so this is going to be 55 by 55. Okay, height is also going to be 55, so it's a complete sphere. Okay, now this is the fun part. For this sphere, we're going to make it a hole. So click onto the hole shape, and then we're going to align this sphere and this box together so that we can group them and cut out a hole from this box. Okay, so let's do it slowly. Using your arrow, your cursor, okay, drag a red border over both shapes only. Okay, once you've selected both shapes, click onto the align button. Okay, and for this is very simple. We're going to click all the middle dots. Okay, I'm going to start from the one on this side. So 1, 2, and 3. You will not be able to see the sphere because it's right inside the box, but don't worry, don't move it around. Okay, once done, quickly group the shapes together. Okay, and once all shapes have been grouped, click onto the hole tool to make your box become a hole. And you will notice that what happens is you have a whole box that has a hole inside. So it's a hole in a hole. Okay, now the fun part comes here. We are going to align the Earth and this box together, and then we're going to group them so that we can cut out some of the excess country shapes. Okay, so let's do this slowly. Draw a red border over both shapes. Align. Middle dot 1, 2, and 3. So all the middle dots again. Once you're done, quickly group and watch the magic unfold. There we go. So now we got a perfect Earth shape with country shapes that do not jut out so unpleasantly, but it looks pretty nice. It follows the shape of Earth. Okay, now everyone, you can have fun with this. You can raise up the planet Earth shape. You can resize it how big you want to mimic that of the moon scene, space scene perspective. Okay, so I'm going to just resize planet Earth and shift it here. Okay, now I'm going to add something special to my scene. I'm going to add some asteroids. Okay, so TinkerCAD already has a basic asteroid shapes. It's up to you whether you want to do this or create your own space items. Okay, but I'm going to show you how to get the asteroids in. So going to the shape generators category, all, I'm going to go all the way to the last page, page 17. Okay, and then if I scroll up, I'll be able to see a preset asteroid shape to bring this out. Okay, again, there's no fixed size to this. It's up to you what you want to do. Okay, so I'm just going to resize it how big or how small I want. Okay, so don't forget to change the color, make things interesting. All right, if you want to add more asteroids to your scene, you can always duplicate this shape. Okay, pull it out. Okay, you can even resize it to make a bit of changes to your asteroids. Okay, I'm going to position this around here. This is a smaller asteroid, but it goes behind the other one. And I'm going to do one last asteroid near the front here. So duplicate, and using my arrow keys, just shift it. Okay, something like this. It's entirely up to you how you want to do a position. Okay, now that's all. This is your completed space scene. If you have time, you want to make it even better, go ahead and design it. Okay, once you're happy with it, I need you to take a photo of your work and upload it to the IT HBL eCampus page. So how to do this? Click on the button Send To. Okay, click on the download button. So this downloads a picture of your work. Make sure you can see everything like this. Download. Okay, and automatically you will have a copy of this in your computer. Okay, so you will have to upload this file to eCampus. All right, now once done, don't just close all the websites. Okay, do it slowly, one box at a time. So first close the picture box, and then we're going to save our work. So click on the TinkerCAD icon. Okay, save your work. Once it's saved, you will see your dashboard. Once you see your dashboard, you can sign out and then do your other work that is required of you. Okay, so have fun with this scene. Enjoy. See you next time.